Alright, so I'm finally gonna make this multi-layer stencil tutorial. I've been asked by a couple of people to make it. I'm sorry that it took so long. I've just been kind of busy. But to start, other people do it with Photoshop and stuff like that. I don't use Photoshop because you gotta pay for it, and I'm pretty broke, so I can't afford it. So what I do is I use GIMP. If you want to get GIMP, you could just go to my video, my first video on how to make a one-layer stencil, and I put the link in the description right there. So you click on that, and it takes you to this page, and then you just choose right here, download GIMP 2.0, and I promise you that it's legit. It won't mess up your computer. I have it on my computer. It's virus free. You could do it. It works just like Photoshop. It might be missing a couple things that Photoshop has, but really for stencils you have everything that you need. So we're gonna get our picture here. I actually need to do this for a project, so I just thought I'd kill two birds with one stone here, and just do the stencil with the video. So I'm actually gonna have, for school, I'm gonna make a multi-layer stencil of Malcolm X. So I'm gonna look up the picture here. I'll go to images. Again, you want to look for a picture that's nicely lit. This one might be a little bit dark here on the side. This one would be nice. It's not really the pose that I'm looking for though. Actually, this one's nicely lit right here. So is this one. I don't know why this one's so dark, but if you can see, you can see the shoulder right here. It's kind of dark. It's not really gonna come out, so you don't really want that. This one's nice. This is a nice one-layer stencil here that you can use. It's a picture of him dead. I don't want to use that. This is a nice one here too. I might just skip until I find the picture because I'm having a little trouble deciding here. This one's cool. I like this one. So let's see if we can use this one. You want to look for a big picture here. This one's kind of small. It's kind of small, but maybe I can still use it. So I'm going to save the image in my pictures. Name it Malcolm stencil so I can find it easier. I'm going to open up the image using GIMP. It's going to take a while. It usually takes a while. I don't know why. There it is. It's gonna load here. The startup, when you first start up GIMP, like I'm doing now, I haven't opened it today. It takes a while. I don't know why, but it takes well, on my computer it does. It takes a while for it to load all the data and stuff. I don't know. But like, if you close it and then you open it again, you should be fine. Alright, so there you go. It opened up. Let me zoom out real quick so you can see most of the thing. Sorry, here, gotta adjust the camera. I don't have that fucking capture card stuff, so I gotta put my camera at the screen. I'm sorry. Make this bigger. Alright, so what we're gonna want to do is come up to the tabs up here. Oh well, first of all, yeah, so you come to the tabs up here. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make this picture bigger. We're gonna go to image, scale image. It's gonna open this up, and what I usually do is, right now it's at 292. I always go up to like the 600s, 630. So 635 is pretty good. Scale it to 635. It's pretty big now. The picture's kind of grainy, but it's not that bad. It shouldn't be so bad. Now another thing, after you've size your image the way you want it, you want to erase the back part. You want to erase all of this. There's other ways to do this. This is just the way I do it. I'm doing it right now. Alright, so I've erased the background. So now what you want to do, well, depending, right now I have a black and white picture, so this is going to make my next step easier. But if you have a colored picture, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to colors at the top and then go down to desaturate, and then that's going to make your picture black and white. Hold on, I don't know, yeah, it's going to make your picture black and white. And then now that you have your picture black and white, you want to go to colors and I don't know if it's posterize or posterize. I'm just gonna say posterize, and it's gonna be like that. You're gonna have this little box over here, and this is gonna determine the number of layers that you're gonna want on your stencil. This is how we have right now. It's a 3-layer stencil. You have the black, you have the gray, and you have the white. As you can see, not much detail to it. It would still make for a good painting. It would still look nice, but if you're looking for more detail, then all you have to do is either move this little bar here or move the arrows that are here on the side, and you'll see what happens. So I'm gonna push the arrow up. It just made my picture a lot more detailed. This is actually pretty nice. This might be what I settle with. But if you want, you can increase it. Go up to 5, looks a lot better. Go up to 6, looks way better. I mean, I know people that go up to like this point right here. Pretty crazy. I never do it, but I usually settle for 4 or 5. 5 looks nice. 5 looks pretty nice, but I think for what I'm doing, I'll probably go with 4. But you're not done yet. You still have to take care of islands and things like that. So you're gonna push OK. Now what I like to do is I'll zoom in here. As you can see right there on this black portion right here, you see how it's like has little specks of gray on it. What I like to do is I like to take the pencil, blacken all the black area like that. It'll make it a lot easier when you're cutting, so you don't mess up. And then you get little areas like rough areas like that around this. Just erase those. What you're gonna do is you get the color selector tool up here, and then you select the color that you're gonna use to erase. Cause you can't just pick the eraser, because if you pick the eraser, it'll show up white. And you just erase it like that. Pretty simple. Now it's pretty simple stuff. When you think of stencils, the most difficult part of stencils is cutting it. That's the most difficult part about multi-layer stencils. Reason being is because you have to cut layer by layer. You have to think of it as a cake. Alright, so right now we have this stencil. I have to think about. Everybody asks me, how do you get your stencils to align so well? Well, that's because they're not aligned. They're stacked on each other. Meaning, as I look at this stencil right now, your black layer should always be the last layer that you spray, because it's the darkest. If you're using spray paint, you're not gonna get if you try to spray over black, it might chip. It might not look as good because it's black, so it's really dark, so it's hard for any other color to cover it. So if you're using acrylics, it doesn't really matter, but just always, it's just rule of thumb, just always use black last. As I'm looking at it now, what's most likely what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna paint this whole part first, this dark gray part. This is what I'm gonna paint first. And look, if I'm cutting this, I'm not gonna cut. What I'm gonna do, instead of trying to cut through the middle right here, instead of trying to cut all of this, I don't have to do that because it's my layer on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this entire area all around his body like this, just all around his body, and I'm gonna paint the whole thing, so the whole thing is gonna look gray. It's gonna look like this. Give me a second. I'm gonna select by color here. Fill with foreground color. Fill with foreground color. Select none. It's gonna look like that when I paint it. All gray, all one color. And then what I'm gonna do after that is I'm gonna cut out the gray part. Let's undo here. Undo. 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 Alright. Then I'm gonna cut out the gray part, all of the gray area, just like that, around the gray area. And I'm gonna paint the gray area on top of it, so it'll look like this. Oops, not like that. It'll look like this. It'll just be the gray and the light gray. So you can see I had the gray layer on the bottom and I just painted this layer on top of it. That adds a little bit more, sorry I shook the camera a bit, that adds a little more detail to it. And then what I'm going to do is cut out the black portion, which is going to be my last portion. Well, actually it won't be my last portion. You can choose to cut out this white right here. If you have a white canvas, the canvas will already serve as a layer. But if you don't, you could just do the same thing and like ignore this part right here. Pretend my hand is the edge of the canvas right here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut out a white layer and just paint it on there like that. Yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do. You see this part of his forehead up here? How it's like that? All you would have to do is select by color like that. Just paint this right here so you don't get confused. You're not gonna paint that white. It just look bad. Just gonna want to leave it like that. So when you cut out the black layer, you're gonna layer again. You're gonna paint the black layer on top of this, and it'll look like this. It'll look like that. Once you paint the black layer on top of it, you'll get that black part of it. So again, think of it as a cake. One layer on the bottom, then you paint the other layer on top, then you paint the other layer. You can see this in some of the videos that I do, how I just stack the color on the color. It's just how you do it. You have to think about what colors you can do first and things like that. So yeah, as you really, there's a lot of dark gray here. That's how I figured out. Yeah, that's gonna be my background. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty simple. This is a pretty simple stencil. Once you're done with your stencil, what you want to do is you want to come back on your browser. Say you want to print it out. You want to go to www.blockposters.com, and what this is gonna do, it's gonna let you print out really big stencils to fit on your canvas. So it's pretty easy. It's self-explanatory. It tells you step 1, step 2, and step 3. Step 1, upload your image. I'm gonna choose my file, pictures, then go to Malcolm X stencil. I think that's what we named it. No, we named it Malcolm stencil. Alright, Malcolm stencil. So I'm gonna upload that. I haven't finished the stencil, but this is just to show you how it works. See, so it's gonna do that for you. And I don't know if you can see it here, but it kind of slices it up for you. Each one of these boxes is one page, one 8x11 page, 8.5. No, it's 8x11. Yeah, I think so. You just hit this arrow right here, and it increases it. And you could go to your canvas and try to fit as many papers as you want. See how big you want the stencil. This is how I do it. Then you just put continue, and it'll give you a PDF file that will open up on Adobe, and then just print it out. It's pretty easy. It does it itself. So that is how you make a multi-layer stencil. Please leave feedback if you don't like the tutorial. I can easily make a better one, so that really helps. I mean, if it helped you, just let me know so I could keep making them. I know I had a lot of questions when I started out, so don't be afraid to ask questions. But like I said, if it didn't help you, let me know why it didn't help you and what I can improve on, so I can just make a better video and then answer all your questions.
Live free, motherfuckers.
Taking off when you landing. Bitch niggas gonna throw tantrums and I'm dancing on them stars. The galaxy ain't got room for y'all. Ain't nothing gonna happen soon for y'all. While I'm here and every day I hear your bullshit. Self-pity, reason why